What is going on, all my geeks, nerdettes, and that wonderful Technicolor rainbow in between? This is your boy, Dragon the Keyblade Maker, with a new video vlog for you guys. Got some fresh questions to be answered, so let's hop right into it. First question of the day comes from Gerard from the POC DMV cosplayers. They can find that on Facebook. Great group, wonderful. Question he wants to know is, what is it like overcoming racism as a cosplayer of color? That is a very broad question because racism is handled differently by different people. Overcoming it is no easy task. The best way I can honestly say getting over it as a cosplayer of color is just don't let it faze you. There are going to be people who are going to hate your cosplays for stupid reasons. There are going to be people who don't think you should cosplay as, Goku because you're black, or Vash stepping because you're Hispanic. Have naturally blonde hair or something like that. There are always going to be someone who's gonna do something like that. It's gonna happen, whether it's actually in cosplay or it's in any other aspect of your life. There's going to be people who are going to be racist just because they want to be racist. In reality, these people are lashing out and showing such disdain for you for such a super reason, probably because they have some level of self-hatred for themselves, and they're just venting it out to someone else because it gives them a sense of confidence and strength. That's not gonna work in the long run for them. Just plant your feet, stick to your guns, and show them that their words are not going to faze you. That's really all there is to it. You can't let people faze you. They're going to faze you. They're going to try to bring you down. They're going to start throwing stuff like that out because they have nothing else better to do, or because it makes them feel better, or they're just being bullies. Don't let them faze you. Stick to your guns, plant your feet, square your shoulders, and tell them to bring it. Words are only as strong as what you allow them to be. So, that's all there is to it. There's nothing wrong with being a cosplayer of color. Make that clear and present right now. There is nothing wrong with being a cosplayer of color. As you can see, I am a cosplayer of color. I don't define myself by the melon count in my skin. I define myself by who I am. And that's what you have to realize. What you are does not define who you are. Don't let these people who choose to judge you based on what you are define who you are. If you are a cosplayer, be a cosplayer. If you love cosplaying as a Sailor Scout and you are Hispanic or black, cosplay as a Sailor Scout. Don't let them take that from you. Because all that's going to do is give negative strength to people and to things that should not have strength at all. So don't let them tear you apart just because of what you are. That has no weight. It has no weight in the cosplay world. The cosplay world as a whole will always support individuality. There are going to be those little nicks and nitpicky people. Don't let them faze you. Don't condemn the sins of the many. Don't condemn the many for the sins of the few. Don't just say all cosplayers are racist and biased just because a few people want to be dicks and assholes about it. Yes, I know I'm cursing. For children in the audience, I do apologize. For parents of children in the audience, I do apologize as well. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm going to be honest with you, because that's what needs to be said. People who show racism in the cosplay community are jerks. They're bullies, and they have nothing else better to do in their life. They're trying to bring other people down because they don't think they can match up any other way. All right? So just plant your feet, square your shoulders, tell them to bring it, and don't let them faze you. That's the best way to get over racism as a cosplayer of color. Show them that their words have no weight against you. All right? All right, next question. This comes from Mantis, actually a good friend of mine from Facebook. He wants to know about space culture for anime. Space culture in anime actually go very much hand in hand. There is a large amount of anime that resides in space. You have Outlaw Star, you have Cowboy Bebop, you have Gurren Lagann. You have a lot. I mean, even Dragon Ball Z has a lot of space references. It's like almost a staple in the series at this point. You know, and it's just it's a very integrated part of anime. They have I do believe that they do have a specific genre in anime called space adventure. It might be a subgenre, don't quote me on that, but space and anime is actually very prevalent, even in stuff that is not considered normally space and anime. They do. I mean, Tenchi Muyo, that is considered one of the more popular animes around. You know, it was a very popular anime while it was out, and it still has a very strong cult following today. So, space and anime has a very strong presence in anime. You know, half the time, I guarantee you, if you have a stack of anime in your house, if you throw a stone at one of them, I guarantee you, probably 5 times out of 10 to 7 times out of 10, there will be space involved with it. Alright? So, yes, it has a very strong influence in anime, and even in cosplaying and geek culture in general. I mean, you got Star Wars, you got Star Trek, you got Firefly, Serenity, which is the same thing I know. You know, Blade Runner, you have the Blade Runner, you know, the Fifth Element. I mean, I could do this all day. I can list this all day. But in the culture as a whole, space culture has a very prevalent presence. I apologize, I stumbled. In anime and geek culture as a whole, you know, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be there probably forever. It's very. I highly doubt they're gonna take space culture out of anime, cosplaying, or geek culture in general, because it's going to be there. There's always going to be something. A new Star Wars, a Star Trek, you know, new Dragon Ball Z series where they're flying to like parallel dimensions at this point. You know, so it's there. It's always going to be there. Just have fun with it. All right. On to my next question. All right. This one is actually coming from Instagram. From Airship Mayhem. That's a very interesting name on Instagram. I kind of like it. That's pretty cool. So he wants me to talk about steampunk and how I found out about it, as well as cosplays that inspire me. So I'll get the first part out of the way. Steampunk, I learned about it a while ago, but I never really delved into it. You know, I kind of found it as like a style, a sub-style. But when I started looking more information on it, there's actually a whole culture behind it, which I found kind of interesting. I mean, the concept of it is actually really great. It's, you know, just adding an industrial design to pretty much anything. You can make steampunk cars, steampunk swords, steampunk dresses, anything industrial. Everything that comes from the industrial age can be turned into a steampunk, or anything from any age can be turned into steampunk with the addition of like some industrial themes, cogs, gears, clocks, anything like that, steam, smokestacks, all that kind of stuff. You know, it's a very unique culture, and I find it kind of interesting because there's such an artistic freedom with it that comes with it, and it can create some of the greatest cosplays, or even some of the greatest styles in general. You know, and what I've seen, there's a bit of a regalness to it in terms of appearance. You know, there's just a very classy and defined look to a lot of stuff that incorporates steampunk into it. And I think that's really cool because you don't see much of that nowadays. You don't see this stacked, classy look. You know, and that's a great concept that has been able to be maintained with the evolution of steampunk. How I got into it, like I said, I learned about it a little bit as a child, you know, growing up, hearing stuff, bits and pieces here and there, seeing it in anime, like Steam Boy, things like that. what made me want to do it, what made me want to do a steampunk cosplay was I wanted to do something different that had never been seen before, really. So what I did is I combined Kingdom Hearts with steampunk, and what I got out of it was what the cosplay you see I use nowadays, which is my steampunk Keyblade Master. The original design for the Keyblade I was going to use was actually drastically different, you know. And originally that Keyblade was actually just going to be a sword I called the Gear Saber. But then I looked at it and I was like, this could make a pretty good Keyblade. So I tinkered around with some designs and some concepts in it, and it turned out to be what it is now, which is the Gear Saber Keyblade. And I think it turned out really well, because the original design was going to have like a cog as and maybe a couple smaller gears as the key, as a blade portion, and then I have a little pull. I would have a pulley as the hilt, with a piston running down the center as the handle. You know, I still might do that one because I still kind of like it, but I really like how the Gear Saber came out, so I went with that one instead, and that's kind of the staple Keyblade from that cosplay. As far as cosplays that inspire me, I can't say there are specific cosplays that inspire me. There are definitely a few cosplayers that do inspire me for various reasons. One example is Anime and Yayahan, because they take such a detailed approach to their cosplays. They don't cut corners. You know, they make the effort to make their cosplays and make them right. You know, and then sometimes they do buy a bodysuit or stuff like that, but it's when they make their own cosplays that I find it amazing, because they don't skip. They don't skip on the details. They don't skip on the material used. You know, if they're making it, they use at least a very good quality faux leather. If they're making something with leather, they use a great quality faux leather at minimum. If not, they use real leather. And I like that. That inspires me to want to be able to do more with my cosplays, because I see that people do put the effort into it, and that's something I enjoy. You know, there are some other people that inspire me as well. I do not remember his name to save my life, and I do apologize for this in advance. But there's a guy who is actually in a wheelchair. So what he does is an Iron Man mermaid cosplay, and I think that is hugely amazing, because one, it takes what a lot of people would think would be a handicap and turns it into a strength, because it allows him to do something unique and different. You know, and as someone who actually has someone myself who has issues with walking for various reasons at this current moment, it shows that you don't have to be limited because of a handicap or a physical shortcoming or anything like that. And that also inspires me to keep doing what I'm doing, keep doing what I enjoy. Another person that inspires me, and she's probably going to give me some. She's probably going to give me some. They're both probably going to give me some crap for this. Is actually a cosplayer named Sundoki and a cosplayer named McCoy Cosplay. You know, they both inspire me. Sundoki because when she does it, she goes all out there. She doesn't hold back. She just gets into it and gets into a cosplay and does it. It may take her a while sometimes, but she gets in and does it. She doesn't half-ass anything. Like Anime and Yaya, she just dives into it. She gets the whole thing done. She does it well. She doesn't cut corners on the design of the cosplay. And I love that about her. You know, and she's also very knowledgeable about doing stuff like running a page for cosplayers, for your own cosplays, you know, trying to promote yourself and things like that. She has a lot of information that can be beneficial for people who are just getting into it or who want to expand. And I love that about her. And she shares this for free at panels, which I love. McCoy Cosplay actually inspires me because, like me, she deals with some issues outside of the cosplay community, but she doesn't let it deter her from enjoying the cosplay. She like I said, she plants her feet, squares her shoulders, and she does it. She does what she loves and she enjoys. And she's someone that actually does inspire me, because, you know, there are times where I just don't want to do anything. but I see her still doing it, getting into it, which inspires me to keep moving forward. Which is, I think, she deserves a lot more credit than what she gets sometimes. Another person that actually inspires me is Sutton Family Cosplay, and this one, he really inspires me because it's not just him; it's his two daughters as well. He made this a family endeavor, and they do everything. They do it together. They enjoy making cosplays together. They enjoy going to conventions together. They do a lot of stuff together, and I think that shows that this doesn't have to be a solo or a single person thing. This could be a family project. You can get with friends, you can get with family members, and have fun with it. Do a lot of stuff. I actually did a photo shoot with him back at Katsacon, and I was doing my gender bent Jade. You can probably see, I probably have it posted somewhere, or he has it posted somewhere, and things like that. But when I was doing the photo shoot, he had his daughters with him there. He was Noob Saibot, if I remember correctly. I do believe he was Noob Saibot. And his daughters were Sub-Zero, was Frost and Sonya Blade. And I loved that because he didn't restrict his children from doing something that they find fun, and they can make a family project out of it. All of them were Mortal Kombat characters in various levels of difficulty, and it all worked together. And that's something that inspires me because I have a 4-year-old son, and eventually I want to start doing cosplays with him, kind of as a father-son thing. So seeing that people do it and do it right, instead of just a parent just be like, blah, 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 you have to do it this way, blah, 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 no, you're doing it the wrong way. He lets his children do it, want to do it, and they have fun with it. And I think that's a great thing to have if you're a family with a cosplayer or a family who is doing cosplays as a family. They have fun with it, and that's something that inspires me. So, those are just a few examples of people that inspire me to keep doing cosplays. And keep doing cosplays and keep cosplaying and keep doing what I do. I think that's all for today. Those are all the questions that I got for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here because I'm actually kind of hungry, so I'm gonna grab me some food. Hopefully it's pizza night. That'd be great. So I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna say have a wonderful day. If you're in the DC area, do not forget to check out these cherry blossoms. They are amazing right now. I actually do plan on attending the street festival next weekend. I'm debating if I want to come in cosplay. If I do, probably more likely be Kurama because that's kind of the only anime style character I have right now. So I'm probably gonna go with that. But other than that, you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. I will see you next Sunday on the vlog. And remember, everybody, stay nerdy.